Welcome to Prevention of Illness. Throughout this video, we will discuss illness in children and childcare settings, how illness is transmitted, the importance of understanding illness, universal ways to prevent illness, and immunizations. My name is Kim. I am originally from Canada, moving to North Carolina in 2019 with my husband. In Canada, I worked within the public school system from elementary to high school as an educational assistant. In 2020, I started my career as an early childhood educator with First Health Child Development Center. Webster defines illness as an unhealthy condition of the body or mind. As living beings, getting sick is inevitable. We are in constant contact with germs in the outside world. Total avoidance is unrealistic. When we are sick, it is unpleasant. Illness can be more serious in immune-compromised individuals. It can also be more serious during pregnancy. Being sick can incur unforeseen medical costs, loss of wages, or additional child care cost if your child has been excluded due to illness. Illness can also cause the overuse of antibiotics, contributing to resistance. When children are cared for outside of the home within a child care setting, they are exposed to more infections which can cause illness. Vomiting, diarrhea, cough, and runny nose are the most common illnesses in childcare. Most illnesses are mild, and a child recovers in a few days. Younger children are at a greater risk of contracting illness due to their immature immune systems. The good news is, as they grow, so does their immunity. Children under the age of 1 may have approximately 12 illness-related events in a year, but by the time they are 5, they may only have 2. But how exactly are illnesses transmitted? There is generally 5 main ways illnesses are transmitted: respiratory, bodily fluids, fecal oral, direct, and vector-borne. In the next few slides, we will further discuss these transmittable routes. Most respiratory germs are found in our mouths, nose, and throat. And respiratory illnesses are the most common illnesses found in the childcare setting. Infections such as runny nose, colds, ear infections, and sore throat can be seen quite often. Other respiratory infections have vaccines to help protect. Illnesses such as mumps, measles, chickenpox, whooping cough, and flu have such vaccines. Germs from the respiratory route can wind up on our hands and surfaces and then be transmitted to others, causing infection. Organisms that live in our intestine carry disease. When this material gets into our body through ingestion, we can become sick. Some diseases include hepatitis A, hand, foot, and mouth, Norwalk, and rotavirus, which is the most common cause of diarrhea. Other ways fecal transmission is possible is through contaminated food. Viruses can be present on fresh fruits and vegetables stemming from the fecal matter of farm animals. Properly washing hands and washing fresh food before consumption can help prevent fecal transmission. Direct contact with a person with a viral skin infection can result in the subsequent infection of others. Some such infections include pink eye, scabies, impetigo, ringworm, and cold sores. Bodily fluid is another mode of transmission. Bodily fluids are the liquids inside the body of an organism. Fluid that usually contains viruses are saliva, blood, mucus, vomit, semen, or vaginal fluid. Illnesses include hepatitis B, hepatitis C, or HIV. The final way of transmission we are discussing is vector-borne. A vector, by definition, is a biological entity that can transmit disease from one host to another. This can include ticks, mosquitoes, fleas, rats or mice, and raccoons. So why is it so important to understand illness and how it spreads? By understanding infection and their root causes, we are better able to understand risks and management to help minimize the occurrence of infection. There are several universal precautions that must be implemented into a child care setting to reduce the risk of infectious disease. The most beneficial of these is proper hand washing. Hands of staff and children should be washed several times a day with warm water and soap for a minimum of 20 seconds. This should be done before and after meals, after coming into contact with bodily fluids like mucus, urine, feces, and blood. Also when hands are visibly dirty, after touching garbage or routine cleaning. When soap and water are not readily available, an alcohol-based hand sanitizer can be used. Covering our mouths when coughing or sneezing and immediately and properly washing our hands afterwards is a great way to stop infection. Another method of prevention is wearing disposable gloves when we come into contact with bodily fluids, such as blood or during diaper changes. Properly removing and disposing of gloves in a sealed bin and immediately washing our hands is necessary. Cleaning and disinfecting is another important way to help stop the spread of illness. Cleaning surfaces and mouthed toys with soap and water removes visible dirt. Sanitizing tables along with mouth toys helps reduce disease, while disinfecting kills diseases on surfaces. Disinfecting should be done to toilets, countertops, and change tables. Items that can be placed in a dishwasher, such as toys, plates, utensils, and serving dishes, do not need extra disinfecting due to the hot temperature of the water. Soft items should be washed in the hottest cycle in the washing machine, and if the soft item is soiled with blood, feces, or urine or vomit, it should be washed separately. Always dispose of waste in properly sealed bins. Protecting against illness in the environment is also important. Monitoring outdoor air quality, monitoring indoor air quality and ventilation, the removal of mold, ensuring safe drinking water for staff and children, along with proper pest management to avoid vector-borne viruses. Vaccination is considered one of the best ways to slow down or eradicate infectious disease. Fully vaccinated children in the U.S. are protected against 16 potentially harmful diseases. As adults, we are able to check our immunity and receive vaccinations if necessary. It is suggested to receive a DTaP or a TD vaccine every 10 years, and flu vaccines are recommended yearly. Vaccines produce immunity 90 to 100% of the time. How do vaccines work? Vaccines help protect our bodies by producing antibodies against disease. This helps our immune systems fight germs. After a vaccine, if we are exposed to a virus, our body defends itself. Vaccines train your immune system to recognize and prevent illness before it starts. Even though vaccines are highly recognized and recommended by medical professionals, there is still hesitancy and controversy surrounding them. Parents may worry about overdosing their child's immune system or the potential side effects of a vaccine. Also, some believe that acquiring the illness naturally is more beneficial than receiving a vaccine. In 1998, a paper was published suggesting a link between the MMR vaccine and autism. This link has been proven false, but some still believe there is a risk. Others may opt out of vaccines due to medical issues or religious beliefs. Ultimately, the safety of our children in the child care setting is the most important. Facilities must provide environments that are safe for children and staff and help prevent the spread of communicable disease. We, as educators and caregivers, must provide a safe and healthy place for children to learn and grow.